Have you ever been in an exam hall after looking at your question paper, you discover there is a particular question which seems so familiar, but you can no longer remember the answer? Or have you studied after studying? While studying, you understood everything you were studying, but 1 hour later, you can no longer remember 50% of what you have studied? If you have been in any of these conditions or situation once or any time in your life, this video is for you. Now, first of all, welcome to the channel, welcome to Exquisite Tutorials. I am Dr. Best and I am the founder of Exquisite Tutorials. I've titled this How to Memorize Quickly and How to Retain for Long. Now, if you are just joining us for the first time on this channel, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn your notification button to get notified whenever we upload videos anytime, any day. Now let's go straight. How to memorize quickly and how to retain for long. Now before I talk about this, I want to explain to us how the brain functions. Your brain functions by protecting you from irrelevant informations and keeping the relevant ones. What do I mean? Your brain functions by taking away the irrelevant information and keeping the relevant ones. Now, how does your brain know that this information is relevant, this information is not relevant? It is your duty for you to explain to your brain that this information is very, very important to me and this information is not important to me. Can I explain to you? Now, let me tell you a story. Now, will you agree with me that you have over hundreds of contacts on your phone, but it's not all of them you remember to call every day? Do you know why? You have told your brain that there are some relevant contacts and there are some irrelevant contacts. Now, let me explain to you. Why do you always remember to call your girlfriend every day, and you do not always remember to call that your guy, which you guys have been together in the village 5 years ago, and you guys no longer see so often? Oh, let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why you always remember to call that your girlfriend or that your boyfriend every day, but sometimes you don't even remember to call your elder brother? It is that you have told your brain that this contact is relevant, this other contact is irrelevant. You did. It's not me. Now let me tell you why. Now, there is this phrase that I'm going to introduce to you that whenever you are studying, you have to get it into your head, which goes like this: if you can't repeat it or use it, you will surely forget it. If you can't repeat it and if you can't use it, you will surely forget it. Now, how do I mean? Now, let me talk about that contact, your girlfriend's contact, and why you don't call your elder brother. Now, the reason why you do this often, on daily basis, if you have not called your girlfriend, you will remember, I have not called Esther. Oh, is it Precious? I have not called Precious. Now, do you know why? You have called this number for so long, consistently, on daily basis, that it has registered in your head that this number is a relevant contact in your head, that you will always need to call this contact. But that elder brother's contact I did not call, you don't even call him always, so your brain does not take it as relevant. You can only call him when situations comes up that you need to ask for money, or situation comes up that you just need something, or probably on Christmas Day or New Year Day. That is why you only remember to call your elder brother on New Year Day to wish him Happy New Year, or on Christmas Day to wish him Happy Christmas, but you call your boyfriend and your girlfriend almost every day because you are using them and you are repeating it. So whatever you cannot repeat and whatever you cannot use, you will surely forget it. Now, there's a German psychologist known as Hermann Ebbinghaus. Hermann Ebbinghaus described the forgetting curve. Now, when Hermann Ebbinghaus was describing the forgetting curve, he said something. He said, after learning or after studying, 1 hour after learning, you are bound to forget 50% of what you have studied. And the next day, you must have forgotten over 70% of what you have studied. Do you know why? You didn't repeat it and you are not using it. That's the reason why. Let me tell you, that's the reason why it is better for a teacher to memorize easily or to retain for long than a student, because the student is just reading to pass exam, and after that year you have left it and you are taking up other courses. But this your teacher has been teaching this course, using it, repeating, using it, repeating, so it becomes registered in his brain. But as a student, there is a way you can memorize quickly, and there is a way you can get it registered in your brain for long. I've divided this into two for you. One, we're going to be talking about secrets to memorize quickly. Secrets to memorize quick. Now let's talk about the secret to memorize quick. Now, try this secret. Let's say, for example, you have an exam tomorrow, or you have an exam in 2 days time, and you just need to study on time and make sure you pass your exam. Nothing concerns you with keeping this thing for long. You have to learn how to memorize well and store them in your short-term memory. Oh, lest I forget, your memories are divided into two. We have the short-term memory and we have the long-term memory. The short-term memory enables you to keep your file or to keep your information in your memory for a short term, but the long-term memory enables you to keep information for a very long period of time. Now, your ability to store information on your short-term memory or on your long-term memory depends on you. Do you know that the first time you bought your SIM card, you cannot say your number offhand? Or let me say, for example, the first day you went to register a bank account, you don't even know your account number offhand. But let's say 1 week, 2 weeks after you have sent your account number to Johnson as a girl, you send to Johnson, you send to Amos, you send to Ephraim, you send to Daniel, you send to Diego. Now you can often say your account number offhand without checking your phone to know if this is your account number. What have you done? You have saved that information into your long-term memory. Now let's go with the first thing we are talking about, the secrets to memorize quick. Just like I told you, if you can't use it or if you can't repeat it, you will surely forget it. Now, for you not to forget it, let's say, for example, you have an exam to write tomorrow, marathon studies, instead of cramming, go to the exam hall and you cannot even remember anything. What do? Try and memorize. And these are things that can help you to memorize quickly. The first thing is to study. Study what you want to memorize. And do you know how to study when exam is at the corner? You don't just read the whole textbook. Look for a summary notes and read. Or first of all, read the question and the answers. But I will not do this, explain everything about how to do marathon before an exam. I will do this in the next video, but let's concentrate first on how to memorize quickly. Now, after studying for the first time, the next thing you do, study what you have studied immediately again. Take some rest, like 15 minutes. Then after 15 minutes, study again. Take another rest. The next one, come back and study that same thing 6 to 8 hours. Once you are done, 24 hours later, study it again. That means you are studying 4 times. The first one is immediately, the second one is after 20 minutes, the next one is after 6 hours or 8 hours, and the last time you are going to study is after 24 hours. By so doing, you are trying to let your brain understand that this is relevant. Trust me, practice this study. You can practice this study immediately after watching this video. Let's say, for example, you want to study motion. After studying motion, just go and play. Come back 15 minutes to 20 minutes time. Everything you have studied, read it again. Go back again and play. 6 hours time, 8 hours time, come back, read it again. Go back and play. After 24 hours, come back and read it again. By this so doing, you have told your brain that this is relevant. Almost all the information, everything you read about that topic will be registered in your brain. But trust me, this will not be registered in your long-term memory, but it will be registered in your short-term memory. So you can easily go and write your exam and you are sure you are not forgetting anything and still blast your exam, even without attending class for 3 months like me. Number 2, how to memorize for long. This time around, you are not just memorizing to keep them in your short-term memory, but you are memorizing to keep them in your long-term memory. Now, this time around, you are not just studying 4 times, you are studying for 5 good times. But trust me, It's not just like the way you did it before. Let's say, for example, you are preparing for JAMB and you're writing JAMB in 2 months or 3 months time. Or we can say, for example, you are preparing for your first semester exam and you are writing your exams in 2 months or 3 months time. Once you study today, like after studying, the first one is to repeat what you have studied immediately. Repeating it means you need it. Are you getting me? Now your second study, this time around, you're going to do it again in the next 20 to 30 minutes time. When you are done, go. The next day, come back and study the same thing. Now, the next time you are studying, which is the fourth time, is after 2 to 3 weeks. And the last time you are going to study is after 2 months or after 3 months. Now, once you have completed this study, it means you are telling your brain that this information, I don't just need it now, I need it for life. You getting me? You are repeating it this time around. But let's say, for example, you are repeating and using it. That one, it will be there forever, for life. Let's say, for example, you study today. When is the next time you are coming back? After 20 minutes time. You study again. Now, the next time you're supposed to come back is after a day, right? What do? Use it that next day. Instead of studying it again, teach it. You can look for your friend, your classmates, your friends, your fellow Jambites. Teach them, ask them questions on that thing that you have learned. You are already using it. Now, in the next 2 weeks, study it again so that all the information will come back again. Then after a month, begin to teach it. See, once you start teaching it, once you start using it, you can no longer forget it. You can never forget it again. It means you are telling your brain, see, I do not need this in my short-term memory. Take it to my long-term memory. Bet me, try this approach in trying to memorize and in trying to memorize for a very long time. And trust me, whenever you need it, you will be able to retrieve it. I know this was helpful for you, and if you know this was helpful, make sure you like this video and make sure you subscribe to this channel. A lot of videos will be coming, how to study, how to do marathon studies, how to study so many things. A lot of videos that will help you in your academies will come in soon. Stick to SQC tutorials for more. Don't forget, registration is still on for our JAMB class and for our 100 level classes. And as well, you can always reach out to us for private tutorials or private classes. So if you are not yet an SQC student, if you are not yet registered for our JAMB class or 100 level classes, you're playing. You play. Just a play. But let me tell you something. Once you register for our classes, that is the beginning of your academic transformation. Thank you for being here. See you next time. Bye bye. Love you guys.